Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the random review series, DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is actually from Sub Rosa Studios, and it's a film that I was hearing a lot of buzz about when it was on the internet and stuff, like on VOD, and I picked up the limited edition Blu-ray. If you are interested in this film, it's actually being released tomorrow in like a wider DVD release, which is cool that the Sub Rosa does that. They release like these limited editions and then release like a standard DVD version a few months later, which I do respect. It's all business and money and stuff. But I couldn't wait because I was really wanted to check this film out, and that of course is She Kills. Yes, look at that awesome cover art right there. A little backstory on this film. This film is, of course, written and directed by Ron Bonk, who, of course, is the owner of Sub Rosa Studios. And interesting story about this film. This film actually came about with having a conversation with Jonathan Strahan, who was the director of Night of Something Strange now. And they thought of an idea to do like a grindhouse double feature together, where the main theme of their films is STD horror, pretty much. And they came up with the two films that, well, Night of Something Strange, which I already reviewed, and this one right here. And here we are today, yeah, pretty much. But of course, Ron Bonk is influenced by the 70s style of filmmaking in this film. And this film has a very like 70s grindhouse feel to it and homages to 70s films. The main plot is when we're introduced to our main character of Sadie, who's a young woman who gets married to her love of her life, Edwin. But unbeknownst, this gang known as the Touchers has been looking at Sadie in a way, and they end up going to the hotel room and breaking in and tormenting both of them. And something happens when the leader of the gang, Dirk, actually starts to like get aroused by Sadie, and the gang starts acting violently weird and actually end up killing her husband and eating him, and then torturing her in other ways. Pretty much what ends up happening is Sadie ends up going back home to her family, and her father actually experiences the same thing, and her brother for that matter. And she ends up going to like this fortune teller, and the fortune teller then tells her that her vagina and her area is known as fire crotch, and it's possessed by the devil, and it's Satan's like it's to be worshipped by Satan. So they end up doing this seance to try to get rid of this thing. And yeah, I know this plot's crazy. Yes, and ends up stopping the fire crotch from continuing, but it also makes Sadie into a weapon against man, pretty much. And unbeknownst, she actually starts to use this newfound power to get revenge on the gang that did her wrong and murdered her husband. That is pretty much the main plot of this one without going too crazy into it. I know that plot's bizarre. But my thoughts on this film, really fucking fun film. Of course, from the opening shots, it has like it was great homages that I really enjoyed. Starts out and you like think that you're watching a film from the 70s from the very minute. The way Ron Bonk directed this film is amazing with his cinematography, and the musical score is awesome. It has a lot of like low tempo scenes, or like especially the beginning like title sequence, which is amazing and stunning at the same time. Then later on in the film, there's like a lot of like great like synth work that's very reminiscent to like a lot of like the 70s synth stuff that I really enjoy, like a little bit of Goblin, John Carpenter, like that type of stuff, early Tangerine Dream. Very reminiscent of that. It's really pulsating and really great with the score. And now I gotta say, like the cast of characters. Now, when you're watching this film for the first time, if you haven't seen any like these type of films, you might think like, why are they acting like this? Because the way that the characters are delivering their lines and stuff is kind of like off-putting if you're not used to like this style of film. But it's for a reason. They're actually acting like certain characters and actors dead back in the 70s. They're actually brilliant, because actually the guy who plays Dirk in this film, who's also in Night of Something Strange, is fucking awesome in this film. He's just cracking me up. You could tell he was like enjoying it, because he has like this crazy weird facial hair that actually goes all the way down to his chest in the film. And just the way he was delivering his lines is just epic and hilarious at the same time, because this is not how the actor sounds like in real life, because I saw him in Night of Something Strange first. So it's really brilliant how they did that. How they delivered their lines. Like, you really think that you're in like this old school exploitation film from the 70s type deal. And like the outfits are like homages too. Like a lot of the henchmen actually are wearing like outfits from the Warriors and stuff. That's what it was supposedly. It looked like the Warriors anyways. And a lot of like homages to like Thriller, The Cruel Picture, which is an awesome revenge film from the 70s from Christina Lindbergh, if you haven't seen it. Numerous Switchblade Sisters. I saw like a lot of like different ones. Like even there's like a homage to like kung fu movies in the middle of this movie. It's insane. Like, there's a giant kung fu battle that involves like turning a dog into a pair of nunchucks. It's fucking outrageous what happens in this movie. Yes. This movie is just a blast to watch. It's just insanely entertaining and fun. And if you're a fan of like 70s grindhouse cinema, you'll get like all the jokes and all the homages in it. And I respect Ron Bonk as a filmmaker for doing this. And it's just a amazingly well crafted film, and the humor is hilarious. Like the humor in this film, like there's a lot of like scenes like if we as reviewers today were like, oh my god, that's a mistake in this film. Look, there's the cameraman. Look, there's the thing. That shit happens in this film, and it's intentional because of the films that we grew up watching. There's shit like that in it, like the boom mics hanging. Oh, the stunt. Oh, it's a stunt man. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like all that shit that we like notice in films, like as reviewers, that today, anyways. But it's just fucking hilarious and fun as all hell. If I had to rate She Kills, it's getting a solid 9 out of 10. It's just a blast to watch, and it's everything that I love in cinema and more, because there's a lot of like gross out toilet humor in this film too, and a lot of like awesome like gore scenes and awesome effects, and some great action. And actually really didn't love the homages in this film. Fucking awesomeness. 9 out of 10 for She Kills. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I think they do have limited editions of this still available, but also the wider release comes out tomorrow, guys. Check it out. It's a fucking awesome ride. Check it out. Alright guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll be back soon with another one. Peace out.